You're broken down and tired.
My name is Tinesha Cherry.
Of living life on the merry-go-round. And you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
Tinesha Cherry is an author, a poet, a motivational speaker, a leadership trainer, a life coach, an entrepreneur, and a federal law enforcement officer at the management level, senior management level. I have this story, this background about, my life and my childhood and so on and so forth. And it's just a story of a lot of challenges and overcoming a lot of obstacles and adversity. And so I took that story and I put it in a book. When I think about who I am and what I'm about and what I stand for, and I think about the one word that describes me, I would think of the word fighter. And I say that because the story behind the story starts with me being born to a mother addicted to heroin, being born with heroin in my system, never knowing my father, living in extreme poverty. My earliest childhood memory was living in an abandoned apartment building where we had to used to put old food cans on a windowsill just to get water to drink. I've been through the foster care system, multiple foster care families, and I am a product of the adoption system as well. I want people to understand, they have the power to make a change in their life. They have the power to break the cycle. They don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. It's not somebody else's responsibility. You can do it for yourself. You have everything that you need, but you have to make a choice. And once you make that choice, you have to put it into action. And once you do that, you have to avoid all of the things that could possibly distract you. And so all of those things coupled together, people who feel powerless, people who feel hopeless, people who feel helpless, they can actually rewrite their story. And not only can they do it for themselves, but they can do it for their children's children.
I'm destined for greatness. I'm destined for greatness. I got a lot of things to me. You gotta made up, man. Yeah. When your mind is made up, all you hear is fight. You can do it, fight. Hustle, do it massive, go hard. You know why? Because that's all I know. And all my life.
Garland, and I had the opportunity today to hear a phenomenal woman, Miss Tinesha Cherry. She spoke to us today about life-changing things that we all need to be mindful of. This dynamic woman inspired me, she motivated me, and she encouraged me to keep fighting. As women, we have so many challenges that we deal with in the world, but the key is you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to, and Tinesha spoke to that today. So I am so blessed by the words that she shared with us, the motivation that she gave me, and she just enlightened a spirit in me to keep fighting and to keep doing what I do every single day. So please look up Tinesha Cherry, hear her word, hear her story, and hear her message, because you have greatness in you and you can do anything you put your mind to.
You have this initiative that you started called Dream Girls. Can you talk about Dream Girls?
DREAM is an acronym, and it stands for delivering results effectively to advance myself. And it all goes back to that same premise of, self-empowerment, self-respect, self-esteem, self-control. Save yourself.
Yes.
It all goes back to that. And so I want to teach young girls and young women to be bold, brave, beautiful, brilliant, and balanced. And I want them to understand that where you come from, it doesn't dictate where you're going, but you got to understand that it starts with a choice.
One thing I got out of the workshop is that you have to be cautious what you do in the world and what you put on social media, because further down the line, when you're trying to get a job or you're trying to do this and that, people will look back and see, how your character traits are, all of that. And if you're out in the world doing bad things, that's going to hinder you and hold you back. And it's like, you want to progress in life and not, be stuck in the same, position. Even if you have a bad start, a good start, you make the story what you want to make it. If you don't want to be nobody, you're not going to be nobody. If you want to be somebody, you're going to work your butt off to be somebody. And it's that simple. If you want to be somebody, you work for it. You don't, you're not going to work for it.
I feel as if God gave me the tools that I needed a long time ago, and it started with a choice. And I could choose to do exactly what I knew. I could choose to do exactly what I saw, or I could choose to have the hope and the will and the desire to be something exactly opposite of what my environment was.
I will rise to the occasion with sheer determination. I will have self-confidence when faced with doubt. I will fight my way through the storm and rain until I finally fight my way out. Woo. Throughout this life, I will trip and fall or even get knocked down. But I refuse to lie there drowning in my tears with my face pressed into the ground. I will not wallow in my own self-pity or sink in my own sorrow. I will not let my yesterday dictate my today, and I won't let my today dictate my tomorrow. No matter how difficult the task may be, I will show courage in the face of fear. I will not give up or accept defeat. I will persevere. My name is Tinesha Cherry. I'm a wife, a mother, an author, a poet, a motivational speaker, a leadership trainer, a life coach, and oh, by the way, I'm a federal law enforcement officer of 21 years. I'm your boss's boss